Well, Happy Hour History is a new Portland-made web series that combines history and happy hour. At the end of each episode, an expert bartender shows you how to make a cocktail. Moore's Molly Riehl got both a history and cocktail making lesson of her own.
Well, I have to say, I've never had a bee's knees, but when it comes to cocktails, I think it's already my favorite name for a cocktail. Awfully cute, isn't it?
It is.
Nate, did you know the history of the bee's knees before you came on with Happy Hour History?
I did.
You did?
There are a bunch of classics. There are a lot of them out there, and one of the kind of things that we're all doing in the cocktail renaissance, that we are in the golden age right now, is revisiting a lot of those classics. A lot of them are fairly simple, which is really kind of a tribute to the skill that the bartenders did back in that day. Because this particular one is just 3 ingredients, nice and easy. It's gin, lemon juice, and honey. And the simple ones are actually usually the hardest ones to do right because it requires the really quality ingredients and just the right proportions. Otherwise, you can blow out the flavor of profile itself.
Well, before we get to making the cocktail, how did the bee's knees get its adorable name?
It's in reference to the flapper era. It's basically a reference exactly, things of the bee's knees. It's the coolest thing out there. And it's actually one of the cocktails that was created in America during that era as well, during Prohibition itself.
Okay, we got the history, let's do the happy hour. How do we make a bee's knees?
Again, nice and simple, 3 ingredients. You're just looking for some really good gin for this particular one, and the proportions do vary a little bit depending on the individual or the preferences of the palate. But we're gonna go for 2 ounces of Smith gin.
Okay.
We're going for just over an ounce or an ounce of fresh lemon juice.
That smells
fresh
good.
Juice is vital. And then just shy of that of honey syrup. And it's honey syrup specifically, not just honey.
Okay.
Honey is very viscous, it's very sticky. If you put it in with ice, it'll then just clump at the bottom. Whereas if you make a syrup of it, it will then integrate to the drink.
It's not the bee's knees.
Do this. Never use glass, but you can use tin. A little bit of ice. And a good shake.
That's a true art form right there. Ooh, that even looks old-fashioned.
Nick and Nora.
That glass,
It's
yeah.
a very specific kind of glass.
Beautiful.
And of course, the cocktail isn't finished until it's garnished. Because there is lemon in the drink, a nice little lemon twist. Expel the oils, cover the rim and the stem.
What fancy.
And the bee's knees.
Little bit of history, a little bit of happy hour. Nate, I would call that the bee's knees.
Well, quick history lesson on Nathan. Back in 2012, he was on the cover of GQ magazine after winning the title of Most Imaginative Bartender at the United States Bartenders Guild Summit. You can catch him mixing and serving delicious drinks at La Moule on Southeast Clinton.